welcome to Oat Cuisine with GCN. This is a recipe for savoury spinach pancakes made of, surprise, surprise, oats. Let's get cracking. So savoury spinach pancakes, what do we need? We need some oats, 2 eggs, 50 grams of spinach, baking powder, some low-fat milk, squeeze of lemon juice, and then to layer the pancakes, we're going to need mushrooms, we're going to need a low-fat cheese, which I'll talk about in a moment, and then to garnish, we're going to need some cherry tomatoes, and maybe a little bit of balsamic and some salad. Now, obviously, I've got a little cheeky head start here by pre-chopping 250 grams of mushrooms, weighing out 50 grams of spinach, weighing out my 150 grams of oats, and my 300 mils of milk. So, pretty much ready to go. First thing you want to do is start cooking your mushrooms. While the mushrooms are cooking is a great time to make your batter. So, weigh out 50 grams of spinach, add in the juice of half a lemon, which is about 1 to 2 tablespoonfuls, 150 grams of oats, trying not to lose them, oh no! Then we chuck the rest in, which is 300 mils of milk, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So voila, easy peasy. Just bung the lid on and blend the hell out of it. If you don't have a cool blender like this, then you can use a handheld blender, or if you don't have a blender at all, just use oatmeal flour. Great, now we want to blend the pancake batter until it's smooth so that there are no lumps of oats. Before you start frying your gloriously green pancakes, it's a good idea to line up the things that you're going to stack the pancakes with so you're ready to go. So you need 2 plates, you need your mushrooms, which are now cooked, and you need your cheese. Now I'm going to use quark, which is a low-fat cream cheese, low-fat and high protein. You could also use soft goat's cheese or cream cheese, but just be aware that depending on which cheese you use, there might be more fat in the recipe. Great, so we've got pan up to temperature, got 1 calorie cooking spray, and I'm going to cook each pancake is going to be about 2 tablespoons, 2 generous tablespoons, I would say, of the pancake batter. Cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes on the first side and about 1 minute on the second side. Cooking time, of course, will depend a bit on the temperature of your hob and your frying pan and everything else, but roughly look for when it turns a little bit golden and it's firm enough to flip over, and it wants to be golden on both sides. Now, bear in mind that these pancakes are nice, thick pancakes. They're not skinny crepes, so don't expect them to spread out too much, and in fact, don't let them spread out too much. They are also a quite glorious shade of green. Now, we're going to stack these pancakes up on 2 plates, so while each pancake is cooking, you want to put the layers in between. So, on each pancake, you're going to put about a teaspoonful of your soft cheese. Doesn't have to be too neat, because no one's going to see this bit, and a few cooked mushrooms. Number 3, as the pancake stack gets higher, you need to be a little bit more careful so it doesn't topple over. Number 4, and the last one. Okie dokie, whoa, last one. So with 2 generous tablespoons of batter for each pancake, you should end up with 4 or 5 pancakes on each plate, or in this case, 5 and 4, but it's all right, we'll argue about who gets the bigger portion later. Top off your pancake stack with a bit more cheese, spread it around, and the last of the mushrooms. Brilliant, so we've got our pancake stack. We're going to top it off with the very last bit of the cheese. Yum. And then garnish time to make it look pretty. A little bit of rocket, or maybe some spinach if you've got any left over. Maybe a few sprigs on top. Did I mention that I love rocket? It is so delicious. And a few cherry tomatoes, because cherry tomatoes are also delicious, and also they look great against the green and white of the pancakes and cheese. I would garnish this with maybe a bit more salt if you like a lot of salt, black pepper, chili flakes, and a drizzle of balsamic. You could use balsamic glaze if you like things sweet. Okie doke, here goes. This is going to be one of the weirdest ways I have ever eaten porridge. That's a win. You could make almost infinite variations on this. You could use, for example, tomatoes, slow-cooked tomatoes, mozzarella, cottage cheese. Basically, you can put any flavours you like with these spinach pancakes. I think they're pretty tasty. If you like the recipe, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to check out some other recipes in this Oat Cuisine series, you could also check out the sweeter version, which is these lemon and blueberry pancakes. I love rocket. Oh, it's a good thing I'm wearing this apron, eh? You can get this apron, by the way, in the GCN shop.